Alright.
Don't worry. These intra-dimensional gates have been proven completely safe for custodial staff.
Yeah, except I haven't built a bridge on the top half, so I know I'm gonna lose. What's up, agents? Zero, welcome to Bridge Constructor Portal. Now, I recently saw this game via YouTube, and I thought it looked kind of interesting, and what really surprised me is that they actually made a mobile version of this game, so I decided this would actually make a perfect video for Random Game Friday, and it looked really fun. Now, this game was not developed by Valve, which is the creators of the original Portal games. It was actually created by Head Up Games. However, it was officially licensed by Valve. Head Up Games, they did not rip off Valve or Portal in any way. It is officially licensed by them. So this is going to have pretty much aspects from what I understand, previous Bridge Constructor games, but also the Portal games, which is actually something that is really cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this game and see what's going on here. Now, this is going to be more of a one-off video. I'm not actually going to be doing like a full-on series, but this game still looks like a lot of fun. If you guys want to try this for yourself, I highly recommend you get it for yourself. It costs $4.99 in Play Store. I don't have iOS, but I'm pretty sure it's there. I don't know how much it will cost there. I assume it costs about the same. So anyway, so you want to be reassigning as Chief Custodian for the Aperture Sience Vehicular Hurdling Initiative. Yes, for science, if I can push the button. That's the spirit. We admire your principles so long as they're ours. Okay, I'm required by protocol to conduct an interview with you. It will contain one question. Are you ready? Ready. Yes. Okay, see yourself. Now tell me, what would you do if life gave you lemons? Actually, the phrase says make lemonade. But if he's saying something else, then I'm not entirely sure which of the two answers it would be. So let's go ahead and good thinking. That will be refreshing after your tour of the incinerator. Oh boy, I apparently did not answer that correctly. Okay, let's go ahead and try this again. So now I know what I'm supposed to actually answer. I make life take the lemons back. Any Johnsons in your family tree? That's the kind of chief custodian attitude we need. Now get to your desk and make us proud. Okay, good. So we are now ready to go ahead and get started with our, I want to say adventure, but I don't necessarily know if that's the best way to put it, because this is a Bridge Constructor Portal game. Okay, don't get too cozy reading construction magazines. It's time to get started. Enrichment Center regulations require that all trainees pass a battery custodial proficiency test. Don't worry, we'll be securely withholding your paychecks during this probationary period. This series of test chambers will test your construction deduction skills. Are you ready to earn your Golden Chief Custodian hat? Of course I am. And here we go. We are now getting into this game, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, GLaDOS, the evil robot from the original Portal games, is actually in this game in one way or another. I don't remember how she acts, but I'm fairly certain she's in this game somewhere. And I gotta say, the music is awesome on this so far. Okay, so let's see. Tap to start. So my first bridge. Okay, so let's see what's going on.
Hello, and welcome back to the Aperture Sience Computer-Aided Enrichment Center.
Okay, so apparently GLaDOS is officially in the game. I don't know why I decided to think any differently. Alright, and it's actually also apparently fully voiced by the original person who voiced GLaDOS in the original Portal games for Steam, which is actually really cool. So I don't actually have to do any voiceovers. Then again, even if I did, I can't really imitate voices all too well. So apparently GLaDOS is just going to read it off for me.
According to internal provisions, all applicants must complete this test series for testing series tests.
Yeah.
Before we start, however, please note that serious injuries may occur.
Yeah, I kind of figured you'd say something like that, GLaDOS, because that's kind of the thing that you do.
The Enrichment Center is proud to announce that your family will be notified in the event of a work fatality, with no additional garnishment to your wages.
Yeah, I don't expect anything less from you.
Your first task is to build a bridge so that a test vehicle can reach the test chamber exit.
Yeah, that's fairly self-explanatory. I figure that's how this game will work.
First, we need to remove the useless assembly left by your predecessor, and we don't mean their family.
Yeah. Alright, so tap twice on a component or joint to remove it. Alright. Simple enough. There we go.
Excellent. Your ability to destroy without question is quite impressive.
Yeah,
Next, we will supplant a new construction using Aperture Sience convertible scaffold planks.
alright. So let's see, if I go ahead and tap here and just go ahead and do this. Man, this is slightly awkward because where I'm actually holding on my screen and where it's appearing actually in-game is not quite the same. Again, I've not played any previous Bridge Constructor games to know if this is a
The
thing.
bridge still requires a roadway for the test vehicle to drive on. Fortunately, each Aperture Sience convertible scaffold plank can be converted into a roadway and vice versa at any time.
Well, I'm glad you decided to actually be helpful because that's something that you're not usually. Alright, so tap any component you have built to turn into a road and vice versa. Okay, that is actually...
Very good. Let a test vehicle run over your bridge to test it.
Alright, I am very confident this is going to work. Then again, this is a tutorial level. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and see that it's obviously successful because it is, in fact, a tutorial. Alright. And... hold on, there's a convoy thing? I mean, I do remember... I think I remember something like that. From the video I see. So let's go ahead and send a convoy. Okay, so... oh, that's what a convoy is. Okay, so I'm trying to send as many people as possible at once. Okay, that's good to know. I hope my bridges can hold up. There we go. So... oh, apparently it says I've wastefully spent $10,100. Yeah, in Aperture Science Labs, yeah, that would make sense. I wasted that much money. Alright. So, let's go ahead and continue on and see what we've got next as far as tutorials are concerned, because that's kind of how these games work. Okay, slopes, apparently, is what this is called.
Welcome to Test Chamber 2.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's where we are. That much was obvious.
To overcome obstacles, you will often need to construct your bridge uphill or downhill.
Yeah, that much was obvious.
This roadway leads uphill, but is not suitable for vehicles. However, instead of destroying these components, we will modify their location.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That makes the most sense. How am I supposed to move this? This isn't moving to... there we go. I was wondering why it wasn't moving. Why on earth? Let's see. Hold your finger on yellow hinge point until moving mode is activated. Okay, that's what I was doing wrong. Alright, there we go. That's exactly what I was doing.
Very good. Now build the supports underneath.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's what you wanted me to do. Alright. Come on, place it right there. There we go.
Excellent. The first bridge is ready. Now we will construct a vehicle ramp for hurdling to the exit.
Wait, we're gonna be jumping here? GLaDOS, are you sure about this? Again, I don't know why I'm doubting GLaDOS, because GLaDOS, if you doubt her, she's not gonna be happy. Alright, so now we need to just go ahead and set up the remainder of this pathway and make sure... I'm pretty sure that because this is a tutorial level, this is gonna work. Alright, so we are sorry to interrupt for an unimportant message. This is a menu. Okay. Alright, so now let's go ahead and test this. Granted, this is a tutorial. I can only assume that this is actually going to work. And that jump works so flawlessly. Then again, I had no doubts because, again, this is a tutorial. Alright, so let's send a convoy. Oh wait, how many are we sending? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And everything is going smoothly. Now, once we get out of this tutorial phase, this is when, obviously, I'm going to have to start coming up with things on my own, which then that's going to force me to second guess some of what I build. Hold on. Quantum tunnel. Are we dealing with portals now? I sure hope so.
Please observe this test chamber layout and note that it is impossible for the vehicle to reach its destination.
Yeah, I kind of figured you'd say something like that.
For this task, the test chamber will be enhanced with an Aperture Sience Quantum Tunnel, or more commonly called a portal.
Yep, there we go.
The portal will open in 3, 2, 1. Any vehicle that enters one side of the portal will instantly exit from the other side at the same speed.
Yep.
Your rapid progress has demonstrated that even the simplest employees can doodle a bridge, while our expert drivers handle the complex physics of navigating through portals.
Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with this. And we need, if I can get this correct, there we go. And let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3.
Very good. Testing procedure requires that this test will not allow supporting the bridge from below. However, we can use the construction attachment points above to suspend the bridge with Aperture Sience multi-purpose super cables.
Alright.
Multi-purpose super cables consist of tightly rolled shower curtains and can be stretched over long distances.
Really? Okay, the reason why I said really is because of the materials that was said it was made out of.
Perfect. Now send the vehicle through the portal.
Alright.
Don't worry. These intra-dimensional gates have been proven completely safe for custodial staff.
Yeah, except I haven't built a bridge on the top half, so I know I'm gonna lose. And apparently it's not actually letting me do that. So apparently it's forcing me into creating death. Of course you would, GLaDOS.
Please note, to protect valuable testing apparatus, vehicle drivers are not permitted to make contact with the deadly fluid on the chamber floor.
Yeah, no kidding.
Your employee photo will be provided in the vehicle driver's cause of death form in the event of your failure.
Oh, yeah, good to know. Alright, let's build. Alright, so can I zoom in? Yes, I can. Good. Alright, let's go ahead and... Whoa, I do not want to use this. Let's go ahead and grab the bridge pieces. Go ahead and turn these into roadways. I'm going to use these cables. And actually, you know what? I'm not going to use cables like that. And I probably could get away with doing that. Alright. See if it works now. Let's go ahead and zoom out and watch this. Assuming this should hold. And that seemed to have worked. Good. Alright, let's go ahead and run a convoy here. And I'm assuming these bridges should at least hold up for the convoy, because if not, that's going to be a problem. There we go. Successful. Alright. Now what? What is GLaDOS going to throw at us this time? Alright. Ooh, this one looks intriguing. Okay, it's called colorings. What are we gonna have going on here?
Multiple pairs of portals can exist at the same time.
Yeah?
One of them is leading to a deadly laser field. It appears red to discourage casual contact.
Yeah.
I am registering an increased heart rate and galvanic skin response, obviously due to the fact that you are not able to tell which portal will lead the vehicles into the lethal deadlock.
Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate it is that I'm kind of panicked.
To compensate for your lack of clairvoyant abilities, we will alter the portal's spectral radiance.
Yeah, I kind of figured you were going to do that. Alright.
From now on, interlinked portals will always have matching colors.
Alright, that's good. Alright. So now what I need to do is... Okay, so I'm noticing down here... Oh, I decided to move around. Okay, so I'm noticing down by this red portal down here that there's nothing available to build a bridge. So it looks like I'm going to have to build up momentum to try to be able to launch myself. Alright. I hope that being able to launch myself is going to work because I don't have 100% confidence, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that, and let's go ahead and grab cables, and you know what, what I was about to say is I was going to at least test to make sure this part works, but I'd rather not waste that much time. So let's go ahead. So now we need to build a ramp that's going to go down this way to right here. I'm going to assume that by doing it this way, it's going to end up being long enough. And if I know anything about other bridge construction games, I know I butchered saying that, just roll with it. Triangles are actually very useful. So let's go ahead and turn these into roadways. And actually, you know what, let me straighten this one out by something along those lines, and then let's go ahead and do the same thing right here. This does not seem to be a very accurate way to do it, but you know what, whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and grab some cables. I'm going to suspend a cable right there. I'm going to suspend the cable right there. I'm actually going to suspend 2 cables per point and do that. Fingers crossed that this is going to work and let me launch myself to the end. Really, I'm serious here. Oh wait, I just realized there's a test button. I could have used that. Oh well, too late now. It worked. Okay. So let's go ahead and send in the convoy and see how this holds up. And it seems to be holding up fairly well. Alright. So we just sent a convoy of 6 through the portals and launched them up and over the deadly acid, I'm assuming is what it is. I don't know Portal well enough to know what that exactly is, but I'm assuming it's acid. Man, I don't play enough games to understand these kind of things. That's sad. Okay, arches. Let's see.
This test chamber only has construction attachment points at the start and end of the roadway.
Yeah, and I can obviously see that you've already made an example with 2 other areas, so I know exactly what's going on here.
In such cases, the bridges must be self-supporting, with arch scaffolds placed in a triangular formation.
You see, this is what I was mentioning earlier. In these kind of games, triangles are your friend.
We provided 2 bridges as structural reference. It should be a simple matter of copying this design to bridge the remaining gaps.
Yeah. Okay, so for those of you who have never played any sort of Bridge Constructor game before, The reason why triangles are actually as good as they are is because they actually hold up very well against stress. And it's actually kind of hard to see where some of these points are going because my finger is on top of this, but then again, you guys watching the video, you obviously can see the dotted lines where things are being highlighted where they can't actually be put in place. There we go, and one more bridge all the way over to here. Let's try and make it as straight as possible. Come on, get in there, thank you. So now let's go ahead and set up the remainder of this bridge. So if I do that, I put one right here, I should be fine to just connect the rest of these. And also, I just realized I'm gonna also need to turn the supports into roadway on this bridge. I haven't done that yet. Again, that is relatively simple. And that is not where I want it to go. 1, 2, 3. Alright. I think we should be good. I'm not going to test this. I'm fairly confident in this. Ooh, that bridge bent. I'm having second thoughts on whether or not the convoys are going to be able to do this. Alright. You know what? Let's go for the convoy. If it doesn't work, well, we've already passed the level. Oh, they're actually rather evenly spaced, so this could work. Alright. Well, none of the bridges seem to be collapsing under its own weights, as well as the weight on top of them, so that seemed to have worked rather well. Alright. We had a successful convoy. I actually had second thoughts. Alright. Let's see what we have next. I think I'm just going to do one more level and then I'm going to be done. For at least this video. And again, I doubt I'm actually going to do multiple videos on this. This is probably just going to be a one-off thing.
Please note the closed door before the exit.
Alright. Okay, that's actually relatively good to know.
At least one vehicle must press the blue Aperture Sience one-touch super button to open the door to the exit.
Alright.
Vehicle paths may cross when there are several portal pairs. But please don't panic as this may distract the drivers.
Alright. Okay, so...
To compensate for a broad range of applicantability, the Enrichment Center is required to provide all applicants, especially you, with useful advice.
Alright.
The advice for this test chamber is as follows. Build a stair so that the exit. Very simple.
Yeah, thanks for the not so helpful information, GLaDOS. I don't know why I expected any different from you. Alright, so I think what I need to do here is I'm going to go ahead and do this. Something along these lines. And then I'm going to grab a cable and do that. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. And then I'm going to grab some of these. I'm going to do something along these lines. And if I do... Actually, let me move this down just a little bit. I think this is probably going to be one of the only times I'm actually... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because of the way the other side is set up, I'm probably just going to do that. So let's go ahead and grab... I did not mean to do that. Let's go ahead and try this a second time because I thought I had the cables, but apparently not. Alright. Let's go ahead. No, I want to make sure that's actually attached. There we go. Alright. Let's test this. How is this going to work? Okay, that's what tests does. It doesn't actually run the vehicle through. It just tests to make sure that the bridges are going to work. Alright. I know I'm going to fail this because I don't have the rest of it set up. I want to see how this will work. Alright, so that should pass underneath. Alright. That did not work. So maybe if I shorten this by maybe doing something like that. Alright, now let's test to see if this works. Alright. Okay, they made it through. Alright. That worked. Okay. Now I just gotta figure out the other side. Let's see. So I need to go from the yellow portal down underneath. So let me see if I do... That is a cable. I did not realize that. So if I do something like this, turn that into that. Let's go ahead and put that there. Let's go ahead and put that like this. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and get rid of these. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a bridge like this. There we go. And then from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to build like this. There we go. And if we go ahead and connect the rest of these up, I want to assume this is going to work. Because we already found out the top section works. This is the part that really I'm concerned about. Alright. And I am now noticing, hold on, let me stop the driving process and test this because that is flexing. I don't like that. Oh, I know why it's flexing. Alright. You go ahead and do that. Alright. Hopefully that should fix that problem. Yeah, it is much more stable now. Alright. Now let's see if this will actually end up working. Alright, that worked. And let's see. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Alright, okay, let's see, how can I... Okay, the reason why I don't like that is simple, and that's because the fact that it started to kind of go underneath itself. If it makes any sense. That probably doesn't. How can I describe this? Okay, so I'm going to lose... Okay, so I can't really move that much. Okay. Unless what I do is I run supports underneath it as well to hopefully give it more support that way. I'm hoping. If I do that, here's hoping this will cause it to be a little bit more supportive, and I suppose if I really wanted to, I could use a couple of cables. Actually, you know what? It's probably going to be easier if I do a couple cables like this, and I did not mean to take out my own bridge. Alright, let's go ahead and set this up a second time, because apparently I tapped the wrong thing. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. That is not where it needs to go. Alright, and let's do that. Alright, let's test this and see if that supports it a little bit more. And I think once this is through, and I actually think that's safe for a convoy, I think I'm going to end the video here because I've been recording this for half an hour. I've been having that much fun with it. Okay. It didn't seem to have that much of a difference. I have an idea though. What if I did, if I took cables and I ran cables 1 and 2 like that. And you know what, let's go ahead and add at least another cable right here. Let's see if that makes it that much more stable. Because I want to get a convoy through, and I'm hoping this makes it a little less rickety on the landing. No. Okay. You know what, since I can't think of any way to fix the problem, I'm just going to run the convoy, and it looks like there's space far enough apart that shouldn't be a problem. I'm hoping. Alright, yeah, it looks like they're far enough apart that it's not going to run into an issue. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We were actually successful. I had my doubts, to be completely honest. Alright. You know what? With that out of the way, I've been recording this for half an hour, and I usually do minimal editing on my videos anyway. Besides, I think what I did is actually kind of worth not really doing too much editing to begin with. So yeah, this is where I'm going to go ahead and end off the video. Again, if you guys want to play this game for yourself, then make sure you check Steam, your Google Play Store, or possibly iOS. I'm pretty sure it's on iOS. I'm not 100% sure. It costs $4.99 from me on Play Store. I don't know where else it's going to be and for how much. Actually, I should say I do know for a fact it's going to be on Steam, but I don't know for how much, because I think this game is well worth the money. It takes up a little bit of space if you're trying to be conscious of that, but it's still definitely worth it. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, this is where I'm going to end things off. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that like button. One more than make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentC30 to stay updated. This has been Zeus. Thank you guys for watching. Man, I'm just listening to this during my whole outro, and just the music behind this is just absolutely incredible. There's another reason to get this, because the music is just absolutely incredible. But yeah, with that, I will see you guys later.